Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and welcome to another episode of my series, The Arsenal. For this episode, I have got one of the most versatile loadouts you will find on YouTube. It is a complete jack-of-all-trades loadout, and I really found success in almost every situation that I went up against in Black Ops 2. It's just a really phenomenal loadout, and it basically utilizes the overkill wildcard and two of the most underrated weapons in Black Ops 2 and some of the best weapons in Black Ops 2. So without further ado, I'll jump right into the loadout here, and it is using the SMR assault rifle. Now the cool thing about the SMR is that it has not only the highest damage in the assault rifle class, but it also has the longest range in its class. And it is just an amazing assault rifle, very underused, but very, very good. And we've got one attachment on that, and that is the suppressor. Now for the second weapon that we have that is made available with the overkill wildcard is the M1216 shotgun. Now this shotgun is one of the best in Black Ops 2, but it is very underused because it used to be one of the worst in Black Ops 2 until they patched it. So they patched it twice, and it is a very, very good shotgun, and we've also got a suppressor on that weapon. And for the rest of our loadout, we have got perks and one other wild card. The perk 3 greed wild card allows us to stack up dexterity and dead silence along with scavenger and ghost. And those are the perks that we've got for the loadout. And now we'll just go ahead and move on to the gameplay here, and it is the gameplay on the map Meltdown. Now Meltdown is a very cool map because it's unique in that it has really long sightlines and a lot of close quarters combat if you narrow yourself down to those particular areas of the map. And that's why this was a really, really good map to use this loadout in, because of the fact that it does cater to a bunch of different playstyles. And especially when you have a juggernaut class where you can literally do everything at every range. And unfortunately, my first death there that you saw was just bullshit. I got shanked when I was shooting a guy with a shotgun, and that usually doesn't happen when you're using the M1216. But overall, this is a really good gameplay, and I end up doing a little bit of work and end up doing the best on my team and coming with a clutch win there. So I hope you guys do enjoy this gameplay. But a little bit more about the loadout and what really makes it so good is that people do not expect you to be such a, an amazing player as far as having all of the weapons you need at every situation you'll need them in. That's a really good thing to have on your side when equipping a loadout in Black Ops 2. A lot of the gunfights that you'll encounter in Black Ops 2 are medium to close range, and this M1216 is an absolute beast at close quarters combat. It has a lot of knockdown power, and it has a lot of firepower, and those two things together make it really, really good in close quarters combat. And now you see that I switched over to the SMR when I couldn't reach the guy with my M1216, and I dropped him through cover with 3 shots. That's how good this SMR is. It's really, really underused. And I personally like it better, from the single shot weapons, I like it better than the FAL OSW because of the range that it has on it. So equipping a suppressor on the SMR does not hamper it at all. I mean, it really doesn't do anything to the range on that SMR. So if you want to stay off the radar and you want to do well with a weapon and not have it really change in its performance, then equipping a suppressor on the SMR is actually a really good idea. Another variant of this class that I made was having fast mags on both the SMR and the M1216. Those two attachments worked really, really well, and it's surprising how much more basically knockdown power it has through cover when you're not using a suppressor. That's when you really realize when the SMR does struggle a little bit when using a suppressor, is through cover. I found myself literally dropping people through you know, like tin or concrete wall or something when not using it suppressed, as opposed to using it suppressed. So those are the only times that you'll find that it's a little bit of a difference when using a suppressor on there. But other than that, you will have no problem dropping the enemy with a suppressed SMR. And the same thing goes for the suppressed M1216. This shotgun is very underrated when using it with a suppressor, because as a lot of you know, the shotguns don't take a very high penalty from using a suppressor. So the M1216, since it has a 4-round burst, as it were, or a 4-round rechambering animation, you really won't have an issue with using suppressed M1216. I will say that the M1216 has a lot of other things that you can use on it to make it even better, and the long barrel works really well in combination with fast mags as well. So I'll probably be doing a loadout with the M1216 again. But for this particular loadout, I just found that this class was basically the jack of all trades. I mean, it really did well. The only time that it won't do well is in situations where people are using a lot of flashbangs and concussion grenades, and they're using a lot of explosives like grenade launchers or RPGs and things of that sort, because you don't have the perks Flak Jacket or Tactical Mask. So in those particular situations, you'll have some issues, but when it comes to winning gunfights at any range, this is a class that just excels in all of those situations. And that's something that is cool to have in a loadout. It's actually very useful to have in a loadout. And when you're in the life cycle of a Call of Duty, where you're finding different unique things to do in the game and are trying to keep it fresh, these types of loadouts are ones that really work well for keeping the game fresh and also making the game a lot more fun and keeping it entertaining. And if you're a YouTuber who is primarily, or his primary focus I should say, is to make content for the current generation Call of Duty, then it's good to use loadouts that you will have fun using. And that's something to really keep in mind as well. You know, if you're a YouTube commentator that is bored of the game and trying to find content to use on their channel. So yeah, I know that I went off on a little bit of a tangent, but here on the Arsenal, I really try to come up with loadouts, as I mentioned, every single week that make you not only a better player, but have more fun in Black Ops 2. So basically, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this loadout. I hope that you guys find success with this loadout. And be sure to leave me a comment and let me know if you enjoyed this loadout and have found success using it. So basically, until the next time that I do an episode of the Arsenal, I will catch you guys on my next video. And this has been MazezRealm. I am out.